Hi there. If you know someone that suffers from migraines, you know it can be one of the most debilitating chronic pains out there. This video is going to show you my massage process, how I work on my clients, and how you can do the same on somebody else. So whether you are a professional or somebody who's just trying this from home, give these techniques a try. My name is Ty. I'm a cranial sacral massage therapist, but I'm also a fellow migraine sufferer, and I want to show you my process, how I prevent my own migraines, and how I have greatly reduced them. Now, there's dozens of causes of migraines, so I won't be able to cover all of them, but I'm going to focus on these areas of the body. So when a migraine is caused by tight fascia or compression of nerves, these are the areas we're going to focus on. But a lot of it can be contributed to this area of the body being compressed together. This area tends to get squashed and usually is the result of emotional suppression. It's where a lot of people hold their stress, especially with computer work. So when this happens, we must elongate through the neck and chest, as well as release the shoulder and the back muscles. So I've shown some deep tissue techniques through here, but the number one tip that I would give you is that you cannot go too slow. You have to develop this trust with the person's fascia. So the slower you go, the more they can relax into it. Now, one tool that literally anyone could use are these silicone cups, and they're really great for overall areas of stuck fascia. This is going to be really typical for people that suffer from migraines. And they really are as easy to use as they look. I am covering all of the trapezius here just because the superior aspect inserts right underneath that occipital ridge, and it tends to be one of the really big triggers for migraines. When that muscle and tendon are tight, it tends to compress and block really good oxygenated blood flow. Now, back tightness is usually going to be caused by or causing shoulder or chest tightness. And this technique is my new personal favorite. I'm going to be addressing pec minor, which is directly under that chest muscle. This hold can be extended for 5 to 20 minutes, but I'm putting my hand in a cupping shape and I'm allowing my fingers to slowly melt into pec minor and pec major, pulling back towards myself as it opens up. Now, part of the rigidity of this area can be demonstrated in the lats as well. If you think about what happens when you're about to brace for impact, your arms tuck down tightly to your side, and so the lats tend to get overstimulated, so make sure you dress them as well. Now, after you turn them over, you can do this simple observation. You can see how their shoulders are lying, which one's tucked forward, and just do this gentle stretch to further open up the chest area. Now, there's over 20 muscles in the neck, and sometimes it can be daunting to remember them all, but just remember to address the ones in the back, the side, and the front. Think about what happens to your body when you're bracing for impact. Let's say you're going to get in an accident. Your shoulders go up towards your ears and your jaw comes forward. So we're going to try and reverse those two things. Now, a couple different techniques that I like to use here. The first one is investigating. I'm going to find these areas that feel thicker. Then I'm just going to pull away from the spine. Just the more time you can spend with it, the more success you're going to have. It really is all about holding. And the second is to pin and stretch. So I'm going to press against these thick areas and then stretch the neck and the head away from them. Now, I want you to use these techniques on 3 different areas. The first one is the scalenes. This one is really guilty of sending trigger points into the head, and it presses right down on the brachial nerve. The second one is the SCM. Now, if we talk about that bracing for impact position, and honestly, most of us don't even realize how much our head is in that position when we're looking at our phones and we're on screens. And then the last one, which I think is the most important one, is the occipital release. So you're going to go behind the skull and you're going to find that bony ridge that is back there. And then you're going to reach right underneath it. And I'm actually going to angle my fingers to go up and even behind that ridge. Now, this one is about waiting and allowing the head to melt and sink back. We're trying to create a little space between C1 and C2. as well as open up that whole fascial area. It's the most impactful, so make sure you spend time with it. Now the remainder of this video is actually showing some cranial sacral techniques, and these are a lot more advanced and took a lot more training, and so I'm not going to explain what I'm doing here, but I do want to talk about the somato-emotional component of migraines. What I commonly see with my clients is energy that mirrors someone who's about to crash their car. They're in fight or flight a lot, they feel overwhelmed with life and maybe stuck and too afraid to move. Also not really holding a lot of trust towards others. Now, a person that's kind of stuck in this type of energy needs to do one of two things every single day. They need to go outside and ground themselves. They're usually not very grounded. So you need to go stand under a tree, bare feet to the dirt. This is really important. And then the second thing that they need to do is move. When we are stuck physically, we get stuck emotionally and energetically. So the first step is going to be just to, get a little movement, exercise, go walk, stretch, move your neck, move your shoulders. If these techniques helped you, make sure you are subscribed here and keep an eye out for the next video where I'm going to show you how to do these techniques on yourself.